What's going on? It's Fizz. We're back with another video, and we're here to talk about networking and positive vibes and how networking can change your life. And which is, I don't want to say more beneficial at this time and age, but sorry, that's the garbage truck if you hear that noise. But it can be very beneficial at this age. Subscribe to the channel, give me a like, give me a comment. I'd love to hear your experience or your thoughts on this discussion. And yeah, check out some other videos. So we're gonna go straight to it. Networking, it doesn't even matter whether you want to go like on an adventure, on a hike, or whether it's more business oriented. You can network. Network actually is what's gonna make you stand out and promote anything that you're trying to do, business, or whether it's just recreational, such as activities, hiking, kayaking, going on adventures, linking up with people, hooking up with people. And the best way, like the number one way to network with people, it's super easy. I'm not even gonna say that. I'm just gonna say I believe a lot of other people are full of shit. And the number one way, because there is only a few, I'm not gonna say there's only a few dependable people and people who are really, trucks are so fucking loud. There's only a few people that you can really depend on that really get the job done. Let's be honest. Whatever it is, people that really fall through, because you could reach out when you're networking and there's going to be, you might not get so many people as you think connected, or, you might get a lot of negative feedback, a lot of criticism, a lot of haters. We know how that goes. But the thing to look forward to is when you do network with whoever you network, like when you're reaching out to someone or just in general in life, it's way beyond networking, to be honest. When you do this, you want to look for people who have positive vibes. It's that simple. You don't want to, someone who you connect with and who you click with, not somebody who you don't connect with and don't click with and aren't feeling their vibes and give you other feelings per se. And it's just as simple as that. Now, of course, we're going to expand on the situation. If there's anything to expand on. Because whatever you're doing, you want to do something, it means something to you. Even if you do connect with people, it might not mean as much to them as it means to you. And that's fine too, but as long as it means something to you, then it's worth doing. There's a meaning behind it. You have the means to do it. And someone else obviously will, and other people will. And whether it's like a recreational hike or we're going to like a business, networking is probably key. That's how you're going to get, especially in this world, because there's a lot of competition. There's a lot of M&Ms. There's a lot of Slim Shadys, but there's really only one of them. Same thing just with everything. Everyone's trying to promote the same thing. And if you look, they all do it the same way for the most part. And that just makes it boring, uninteresting, dull. I mean, there is nothing new under the sun, so that even makes it more boring and uninteresting and dull. It all depends on how you look at it and what's your perspective. But I know a lot and I've seen a lot. When you connect, you want people to, these people are going to be around you, be your sport or your mascots or your team. And what you want to look for, like I already said, is positive vibes, because someone who's giving negative vibes, like even if you are successful with them and they get you $1 million, but did you get it the right way? Do you feel right about it? Are you doing what you actually feel or meant to do? AKA like a life purpose. I mean, that could be definitely a stepping stone. There is no right and wrong, and that can be a lesson learned. but it's up. That's why I'm giving this video, so you make a better chance and you understand better, so you don't have to do that. There's some lessons that don't need to be learned that can succumb to greater, treasures or circumstances. And reaching out to people, and there's like another thing, reaching out to people is always going to be beneficial. It doesn't matter what it is. If you want to say we're a species, we're meant to connect and be sociable and social ladder, and even deeper further into that end, whatever, it doesn't matter, because there's people who rock solo and are just fine with that. It all depends, like, what you want to give to the world. But let's take it a step back and further. When we were talking about what is it you actually want to do. But listen, if you connect with more people, there's a thing that I like to call frequency. What is frequency? I'll give you a couple good examples. When I make up my videos, I usually just do it on the spot because it's just as easy as that, and I don't need to pause and edit and do all this nonsense. Stay tuned for my weekly vlog, because I'm going to come out with a bigger one that's going to be a bigger thing, but it's not going to be really advice. It's just going to be what I did in a week. Coming out sometime Monday, next Monday or Tuesday probably. Subscribe to the channel. When I talk about frequency, what you need to know is, like, okay, let's say you lived in the middle of nowhere and you have like a town of 10 people. Okay, like, and 2 of those are elderly women, 2 of those are elderly guys, a couple of those are kids, 1 of the girls are taken. We're just saying me, for example. And then there was like 2 other women to pick, and let's just say for the sustenance, I'm picking women. Okay, I got 2 women to pick for out of 10. Well, and I'm in there, and like I told you, there's babies, elderly, and not picking them. Okay, I got 2 girls to pick from, and I might not even like them, but that's just a chance. If I'm living around people, I'm probably not even gonna have a choice. But let's just say, okay, you see the whole scenario. Let's say we move into the city, and you live in the city now. Wow, look at all the women you have from all different areas, all different area codes, from all different regions of the world, all different terrains. Now you see women all day. You see all types of women, all ages of women, different, assets of women, culturally different. You just see so much, the frequency is so much higher. Like, this video is going to turn into a frequency thing. No, but it's really about network and positive vibes. Frequency is a whole different video, but we're still talking about frequency. Frequency, do you see what I'm saying? Like, how frequent are you doing something? It's just that, like, if you never leave the house, and that's fine, it's all your choice at the end of the day, but if you never leave the house, then you never leave the house, and your likelihood of meeting new people or someone that you want to meet, and it doesn't have to be a relationship, like a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, all in one go. You can make better friends. It's just as simple as that. Even we're just talking like a friend scenario. Even we're just talking a network scenario, meeting new people. Network doesn't necessarily have to mean business. Doesn't mean it has to be like, if it's positive vibes, it's always going to be successful. So I don't want to say it doesn't have to be successful. It doesn't have to be a money motive entrepreneur like endeavor. It doesn't have to be that. You don't have to be spending money every time to do something. You can do stuff for free. You can have fun for free. You can do anything for free, realistically. When we talk about frequency, though, like, how frequent, like, what is your frequency? Now, that was like a great example of how we were talking about people living in the middle of nowhere with a town of 10 people versus all these other people in the city. You're gonna have more frequency. And I said this in another video, just like being famous. Let's just say, like, I'm not famous, so to speak. Someone who is famous, they could live a shit life. They could eat garbage food all of the day, but they have a bunch of money and a big house and pretty much whatever they want to have access to, and they can get across borders even though they got a bad record, or they can do stuff that's illegal because they got money, or they're famous, they're notorious. Even if they're notorious for doing something that's kind of negative, but people love negative stuff. It doesn't matter, because once you get to like famous, like it's like a whole different world, because like you have power to your name for whatever it is that you've done. It could, like I said, ultimately be something negative, not that good, but whatever, you influence people. And as long as you influence people in some type of way, they're going to remember your name. A great example is this, someone, and I always told people, because I don't want to say they're stupid, but you know, I don't think I'm smart. I just think fucking some people are just, you know, unaware. They just never take the time to themselves. And there's reasons for this, but ultimately they never took the time to themselves, as I see it. Of course, there is circumstances where people, you know, there used to be this kid, and this happens all the time in high school, grade school, it's all the time. Nobody likes him, whatever reason, because of his assets, his personality, he's annoying, he bothers people, but everyone talks about him. So he's notorious in a negative way, but he's famous. Everyone knows him. People still know this guy. They might not talk to him or be friends with him, but he definitely could have changed the game around easily, like so easily, but he never did. He's still the same person. Now this guy, everyone talked about him in high school. And I was like, why? You guys don't like him. You hate him, yet all you do is gossip and talk about him. You're making this guy famous. That's what it is. Even though he's doing like being annoying and just not even dignifying to be famous, you know, not holding that any weight or doing anything, he's still getting talked about and gossip. This is what a lot of rappers do, and everybody does pretty much to some extent. All these people would just, you know, gossip, and then that's how they get famous, do some stupid shit. That's what a lot of people do, because like everyone's kind of like normie, so to say, and like they all follow dictation or conforming, if you know what conforming is, because that's what people do necessarily. They're tame, they're you know, domesticated. Don't take that too far, but when you do something that's not domesticated or something that's unusual, then you're going to stand out. It's just the opposite. It's the polarizing, and it's just controversy. Simple as that. So when you are famous, and let's go back to the girl situation, how many girls are just going to be throwing themselves at you? Women, girls, whatever. Even if you're gay, guys, there's going to be so many, you're just going to be so much frequent on social media, in real life. People are going to just want to jump on you all day just because you're famous. Like, you're going to see so much more things. You're going to notice so much more things. You're going to be probably more different places for the most part. You're going to be experiencing so much more on a frequency, and you're going to be seeing so many more people, new ideas, thoughts, creations, going places. And wow, do you see how frequency can change? Especially being famous, that's probably the biggest frequency. Do you see how, like, just subjecting yourself to different circumstances is going to put you in a new thing? And now we can step away from being famous, and I'm going to leave with this, because I know people probably don't watch the whole videos. Now we're going to talk about, like, this frequency, but in a different way. Like trying new things necessarily. So my cars, I've had about 4 cars that I've owned. A convertible, which was my first one, a Subaru, which was my second one, and I all paid money for all of them, and a truck, and now I got, you know, just a regular little race car. Now this one I have now is actually my favorite, but I thought maybe like I didn't know nothing about cars. I drove a couple, but I never really did that many, and people are weird about driving their cars. Don't really care, because I'm the best driver out there. Okay. When we getting to drive, and I thought this was maybe the best car, and then maybe the next one was better, and then, you know, I'm just stepping my foot in cars. And actually, the thing is, you don't really experience something. You can try on clothes for a second, but you don't know how it might, you know, you could maybe get a feel for it now, but not till you wear it for a week. That's why I don't like trying on clothes or buying even clothes, because you have to really get into those clothes and wear them down, like a wear and tear, that know they actually fit you. Of course, you can be subjective to things right off the bat, but that may not be good. I mean, it can, but who knows about the long run? And I'm just saying, if something's tight, okay, yeah, get rid of it. When we get in the car, you know, you just test, you go to the lot, you test the car, and you bring it home. You don't know if, okay, it felt good, but you weren't used to it. You don't know the dynamics to it. You know, there's a lot more. There's another dimension to it. There's a whole nother feel to it. You don't know. You don't even know nothing about the car. Let's be honest. For the most part, most people, they're just driving. You don't know how it feels. You don't know what this car feels like. The car next to it. The car next to it could be the same exact car, but feel completely different. And you're just gonna try it out for. I don't know how it goes at the dealerships, like corporational dealerships or industry, where they just freaking give you, you know, you lease a car, you try, oh, this is the car. Like, what the fuck? I would never know that. But then again, it's a new car, so it's probably good. Do you understand? You had to go through experiences to find out what you do like or what you want. You pretty much have to go through some bullshit or some shit you don't want to do or don't want to try to know where you want to be. That's where I'm getting this. You have to do some shit you don't want to do or what you think you want to do or just some ugly shit to get to where you know you want to be. That's how you get to know where you want to be. Some people just seem like they just know where they want to be. That's fine. Not everyone's like that, though those people don't understand that. That's it for this video. It's 16 minutes long. Oh my god. Oh my god. Subscribe to the channel. Give me a like. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know how you feel about the situation. Check out some of my other videos on health, general discussion, mentalities, spirituality. Let's get this. Have a nice day. Thanks for tuning in.